Man, where do I start? Well, shit, after I got shot, I just went into a deep depression. My go-to was cocaine. Cocaine. Hell of a drug, man. It's a hell of a drug, man. That's why when I got shot, I was on cocaine. Man, I was going through like a half a ball a day. I don't know, man. It just, it was just something that I liked to do, man. And the first time I ever did it was, I say back in 2019. 2019, I was, I was dibbling dab. Didn't nobody even know I was dibbling and dabbling in it. You know what I mean? I was fucking around with it. I didn't used to do it around nobody. I sneak off and do it or whatever myself. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
You
myself.
just said fuck it.
I was selling it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I used to sell it to the females, man, and they was just like, man. I was like, man, what that be doing, man? You know what I mean? It was like, man, shit. Shit. Bitch was like, man, just snorted off my titty. I was like, man, well, fuck it. Let me see. And one line went from 2 lines and 3 lines, went to 4 lines, and next thing you know, man, it was just, it was a little weekend drug for me, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, man, it was just like I was fucking with my own sack. Drugs anyway, so, it was just like, man, shit. I was going for buying a gram. And then next thing you know, motherfuckers, like me, I didn't let a motherfucker sell me nothing broke down. I gotta have mine fresh off the brick. Fresh off the brick, man. I gotta have mine, man, off the brick. I don't need nothing mixed. I don't need none of that. I need mine. I'll be cut it off the brick. You know what I mean? They got too much shit going on out here. But shit, yeah, man. I just started dibbling and dabbling with it, man. And then the balls was going. The grams was going for like $80-$90. And next thing you know, man, the balls was going for $100, and shit, I was damn near ball every day.
Damn.
And shit, and then I ended up getting shot, and in the hospital for about 45 days, and I was sober then, going through my procedures, my surgeries and things like that. And ended up getting out the hospital, going into rehabilitation, and shit, I couldn't wait to get out and get me some shit. I got to the rehabilitation center, I was having to deliver. Man, I'm willing outside my wheelchair, going to the bus stop, tooting. I'm my little key. Man, had a couple of little whips at the time. I go sit in my car. You know what I mean? They didn't know I was doing it. And then I ended up having a heart attack. In the process of, I think I just did it earlier that day. And then I ended up, like later on that night, my blood pressure was high. And if you ever had a heart attack, you know how that shit feel.
Man.
That shit ain't cool. I actually drove myself to the hospital. And I had the heart attack. Boom. Didn't mess with it for about 2 or 3 weeks. But shit, it was calling me. It was calling me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit, I was like, man, I need that. I need that. Man. It was a hell of a drug, man. And shit, I just started fucking with it again.
Yeah.
And that shit, man, it had you paranoid. You know what I mean? It had you. You won't be eating on that shit. You know what I mean? You can accomplish so much, man. But they say a drug and alcohol, man, you can lose everything like that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It was just. I was just dibbling with it, man. I was fucking with it. You know what I mean? And then it just came a point in my time a few weeks ago, man. I just said, you know what? A couple of weeks ago, man, I just had a nervous breakdown, man. I was just like, man, I'm tired.
All right, what did your body do? What did you do?
It was just, man, you could just look in the mirror and just see. You could just see you deteriorate. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to die to do that, man. You could just look at yourself in the mirror and just see yourself just like, damn, you just getting skinny. You know what I mean? You ain't eating. You know what I mean? You up all night, a day or two. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know, man. I was letting laundry pile up. I was fucking around missing bills and shit. And it was just like, man, I was scaring myself, really. You know what I mean? It was just like, man, just going through a whole bunch of shit, man. And I just said, man, you know what? Today is the day. When I was up all night. You know what I mean? It was just like that morning, man. I was just like, I called my cousin Luana over. She just came back from Phoenix.
Okay.
She stayed next door in the other apartments, and called her over, man, and just had a nervous breakdown, man. And she was just like, man, Cuddy, I don't like to see you like this. And I was like, man, this ain't me, Cuddy. You know, I done worked too hard for the little bit of things I got. And she was like, man. And she was like, man, I just hope you. She didn't offer me to help. She was just like, I hope you get help. She said, you gotta want to get help. And just like, man, I went over her house. She was like, you need some rest, Cuddy. You look tired. So I went over her house, got me about 6 hours of rest, woke up, and was like, man, drop me off down there at the treatment center. And I ain't looked back since. You know what I mean? Went down there, man, got me some help, man, and sat in the hospital for about 4 days.
But you sent everybody a text message, man.
Yeah. I was just, just letting people know, man, I'm finna be gone for a minute. Took all the dope mans and the numbers out my phone. You know what I mean? Whatever little shit I had, I flushed it down the toilet. You know what I mean? And clear my house out, man. You know what I mean? From all the just have my Cuddy go over, clean my house, lock my house down, man. Now I'm standing in a sober house. And I've been there ever since. Got me a sponsor now. And I just go to groups every day, man. Every day I just go to groups. All day. Yeah.
What y'all learning? What y'all talking about up in there?
Man, I mean, like I said, I've been in there a couple of weeks, so I'm going on a couple of weeks. So I pissed a clean UA, so that's how you know I'm clean. I drink nothing but coffee and Red Bulls now. I don't even think about doing no drugs. We just learning the steps, man. One day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
But just having to admit though that you was an addict and shit though.
Oh man, that was the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing I could have ever done.
Talk to me about it, because you was in denial, Chief.
I was in denial for a long time, man. And I think because they try to have you read, try to have you talk and explain your story in groups, and I just didn't say nothing for a while. My first 2 or 3 groups, and then finally that next day I was just like, you know what? My name is Elijah, man, and I'm an addict. I'm a recovering cocaine addict, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. And it feels good to get that off my chest. And yeah, now I can think now. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting the full 8 hour, 9 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? I just went and opened up me a bank account. Yesterday? A savings account, bank checking. You know what I mean? So now I'm finna be, being able to start saving and putting it towards something. Got me a little Bitcoin thing going on. Went and got my money orders for my bills. You know what I mean? So I'm paying my bills from where I'm staying at. And yeah, just taking it one day at a time. Man, I actually went shopping today, man. Got the kids something that I wouldn't do when I was high on that cocaine. Because it was about me. I didn't even fuck them kids. I mean, basically, that's what I was talking about. You know what I mean? But shit, it was about me, man. I used to wake up in the morning, look at my watch. It's 7 o'clock. I used to walk over to the store and go get me the 3 cold ones. Shit, what the liquor store? About 10, 11. Shit, hit the liquor store, man. Get me a pint. This shit, man. Yeah, I used to, man, shit, man. Shit. Get down to the last of my sack. And shit, man, call the dope man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I need you. Shit, I think he done made at least about, man, 20,000 off me in the last year.
Shit, find something to, you go down, man, go find you something, a piece to hit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I was letting my tongue roll, man. I was in them bitches' ears, man. Man, I was just lost, and I was in denial. You see what I'm saying? I was just like, man, damn, man. My income is what, $1,500 a month. Like, where's my money going? You see what I'm saying? Man, got the liquor store, the corner store, the video poker machines. You know what I mean, dude? I'm looking up, man. I got loose change in my pocket. Man. You know what I mean? And shit, man. It was just crazy, man. And that's the thing about being an addict, man. Don't nothing else matter but the drug and the alcohol. Mm-hmm. Everything else is irrelevant. God is good, man, and I'm a strong believer in faith, man. And I'm a humble individual, regardless. Even when I was on the drug, I was still humble. But today I'm humble and I'm faithful to be here. I'm 46 years old, man. I'm pushing 50.
How many times you get shot, Terry?
I got shot 9 times.
Oh yeah, so man, tell them, how blessed you is just to be alive.
I'm too blessed to be stressed, man. You know what I mean? Shit, man. If you ain't never known how, I know it's a few people out here that know what it feels like to get shot, but getting shot 9 times in one setting with a 40 caliber, and still got 4 bullets in my body. You know what I mean? Shit on blood thinners, metal rod in my leg, metal plate in my back. I got to be on medication for the rest of my life. That's another reason why, I'm leaving all that shit behind me, man, because, I got to take medication. And, man, getting shot, man, and the cold thing about it, I used to lie about getting shot. Yeah, I've been shot. Yeah. So I actually talked myself into getting shot. You know what I mean? Jinxing myself.
You still marching forward? What's your saying?
When you wake up, you got a chance and a choice. And I took the chance, and now I'm making choices.
Going to the sober house is a big deal.
And I'm around 12 other sober individuals.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We all go to groups every day. You know what I mean? And yesterday, the day before yesterday, I ended up getting me a sponsor. And the cool thing about this sponsor is, his name is David. He said, man, I remember you when you was like 5 or 6 years old. You and my daughter used to play together. I used to stay in the duplexes right next to your grandfather's house. He's like, man, I was looking at you. And he was like, man, but God put you in places for a reason. You know what I mean? And he removes people about your life for a reason. You know what I mean? Just so you can sit back and focus on, you know what I mean, what you need to do in life. And like I say, I don't think a motherfucker could walk in these shoes because the shit I done been through. I done weathered the storm. God is good. Man, hey, listen here, man. She just got to work on herself, man, because I'm working on me right now. That's first and foremost, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on me. I ain't thinking about no lady, man. I got a penitentiary mindset right now, man. I could jack off. You know what I mean? I don't need no woman distracting me or doing nothing that I'm supposed to be doing in the moment. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, I actually went shopping today, man, and got the kids out the way, man, and didn't even give a fuck about what I spent, man. You know what I mean? Because it's just got my granddaughter some outfits and got her some shoes. You know what I mean? And when I leave here, I'm going to go get my oldest son, a phone. You know what I mean? So my bills is paid, so I don't need nothing. I got everything I need. You know what I mean? So, just doing something productive with myself throughout the day.
Addiction and all that shit, it's just, man.
You see what we just seen outside? That's addiction.
Yeah, they was out there acting up. When I went out there, they was fighting.
Yeah, that's real addiction though. That's shit I was going through. yelling and screaming and fighting and arguing and shit. I ain't thinking about the surroundings. You just thinking about what's in front of you and what you don't even give a fuck about what you're saying. That's addiction. You see what I'm saying? And like she said, you need to. I heard the lady saying, telling her sister, because that was her sister she was arguing with. You need rehab. You need rehab. You can't tell a person what they need. That person got to want it. You know what I mean? You can tell a motherfucker all day, man, listen, man, you doing this, you doing that. That person don't give a fuck about what you said. They gotta want to change. They gotta want to do it.
Yep.
Like, I was reflecting back on when I got out the penitentiary, man. You know, going to the penitentiary 3 times and shit. I was like, damn, man, if I could be out 13 years, man, and ain't had no police contact, ain't been to jail, ain't been on parole or probation for 8 years, I can get off these drugs. You see what I'm saying? I can get off this alcohol, man. I said, man, I did that. I walked that straight line. I can walk this straight line. You know what I mean? And you know, you gotta want to do it though, man. You can't nobody. People can give you all the advice in the real. Like when I was with you, you know, I was sneaking off. You know what I mean? Tooting. Like I say, I'm going through the steps right now, man, and I'm taking it one day at a time, man. I'm back crawling again, baby steps.
You gotta start somewhere.
You know, you gotta start somewhere, man. And
you know, you took the initiative though to go check yourself in, man, and that's a big step.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, you know that, man, you get flowers for that, man. Salute you for that, man. And just, man, one day at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time.
It's a war.
It is. It is. And I was actually around somebody the other day. I ain't gonna say their name. And they was drinking. And I told the brother, I said, hey man, can you go put some coffee on for me? You see what I'm saying? And when I seen that I could sit around somebody that's actually having a drink, I knew that I was marching in the right direction. You know what I mean? Because that's a trigger. You see what I'm saying? Somebody, you know, bringing out that fifth and drinking on something, you know what I mean? Hey man, just put me some coffee on, man. You got some cream and sugar up in there. You know what I mean? Another thing, I ride around with candy too. You know what I mean? I keep me some candy, some sunflower seeds, you know, some sour. I like sour candy, so I eat candy and shit. Just, you know, just keep me doing something.
No.
Yeah, but I think my next story is just my childhood, me growing up in Northeast Portland. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be my next saga, my next situation.